What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Alex back at it again. Finally, man. The finals is here. The finals is tomorrow. The Cleveland Cavaliers versus the Golden State Warriors. This is the match that everybody wanted to see, man. This is the matchup that we all wanted. Even though, as far as OKC, before I get to my prediction for the Cavaliers and Warriors, OKC. I don't like saying this word, but OKC, man. I don't like saying this. I don't like saying it because I like this team. I really do. They're like one of my favorite teams in the West, other than the Clippers. They choked. They choked, man. I don't like saying that word. I don't like saying that word, but OKC, they choked. Y'all had three. Y'all was leading the series 3-1. All right. Y'all had a chance to close the deal in Game 5. But, it was in Golden State, so we let that slide. But you had to win Game 6. Kevin Durant shot horrible. Kevin Durant kept getting turnovers. Him and Westbrook. They played horrible. Durant, I don't know what was he doing. Westbrook was trying his ass off. Westbrook was trying. You gotta give it to Westbrook. He was trying. He kept making mistakes, but he tried his best to lead his team. He was trying his best. Kevin Durant, man, I don't know what was he doing in Game 6 because he looked horrible. He kept turning the ball over, and God, I don't know what he was doing. I don't know what he's thinking. He played well Game 5, even though they lost. He played well Game 5. Game 6, this was the game that he was supposed to win. Honestly, this is the game that OKC was actually supposed to win, but they didn't win. Game 7, Durant played okay. Westbrook played okay, but they still end up losing. Durant didn't play to his full potential to at least the end of the fourth quarter. And that's when they needed shots and nobody wasn't making. Durant was trying. Westbrook was trying, but it wasn't enough to beat the Golden State Warriors. So now the Golden State Warriors is in the finals. They're back to the finals, and even the Cleveland Cavaliers are back to the finals. So for this video, my prediction for the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Golden State Warriors finals prediction. Here we go. Let's start off. Starting lineup. You have Kyrie, J.R. Smith, LeBron James, Kevin Love, and Tristan Thompson. Then on the Warriors side, you have Steph Curry, Klay Thompson. They might put Andre Iguodala as small forward. Who knows? They might change the lineup. If not Iguodala, maybe Harrison Barnes, the small forward. They have Draymond Green as power forward and Bogut as the center. Now, if you really look at this matchup, Golden State. Here's the thing about Golden State, and I've been really, I'm not a basketball genius or a basketball journalist, but I studied the Golden State Warriors, how they play. I noticed how they really play. You already know Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, they lead that team. They lead the team in scoring. We already know that. But Draymond Green, he may not be a scorer, but he can't shoot. He can't shoot the ball, but he's not a scorer like Klay Thompson and Steph. Draymond, he's going to get his shots here and there, but he's not a scorer like Steph and Klay. Those two are going to lead the team in scoring. But I noticed how when Steph is not hot, and Klay Thompson hot, they can win the game. When Steph's hot and Klay's not hot, but they can still win the game. When those two are clicking, nobody's not beating them. When those two are clicking. But when those two are not clicking, they struggle. Because if you go back in the regular season when they faced the Spurs the second time, and this was at San Antonio, Steph and Klay shot horrible, and Spurs demolished them in the paint. They demolished them in the paint and the 3-point line. Because when Steph and Klay, if they're not clicking, they can't get it going. So, and the reason why they can't get it going because there's multiple defenders on the Spurs. You have Kawhi Leonard, you have Danny Green, LaMarcus Aldridge. You can even say some Tony Parker, some Ginobili. There are some great defenders. And if you put defenders on Klay and Steph, they're going to struggle. I noticed that. And even during that OKC series, I think it was Game 3 or 4-1 of the series, but Steph and Clay, they struggle. They played well, but they still struggle from the 3-point line and the field goals. And OKC just blew them out the window. They just blew them out. It was crazy. So they're going against the Cleveland Cavaliers. When you have defenders like a J.R. Smith, a Iman Shumpert, of course LeBron James himself. You have a Matthew Dellavedova. You could even say Kyrie Irving, because Kyrie Irving can play some good defense. You know, people be sleeping on Kyrie Irving. He can play some good defense. So if Cleveland find a way to shut down, I don't say shut down, if they could like at least find a way to stop Steph and Clay from scoring, Cleveland could actually beat this team. They could actually beat Golden State. Like if you really like think about it. Because Steph and Clay, they're going to be the most important scorers on the team. We already know, Andre Iguodala and Harrison Barnes, Draymond Green, and, you have Shaun Livingston, all these other guys. Their guys are great. But if you really think about it, Steph and Clay are like the most important shooters on the squad. And when those two are not clicking, they can struggle, and their whole team struggles. But there's times that Clay does take over the game. And what's his name? Steph Curry, he looked horrible, and they can still lose. They can still lose the game. Like I said, I see moments when he's hot and Klay Thompson not hot, they can still lose the game. Sometimes they win, sometimes they lose. Just like Klay Thompson, when he's hot and Steph is not hot, sometimes they win, sometimes they lose. So when you're going against the Cleveland Cavaliers, when you have a lot of defenders like LeBron, you know LeBron is going to be a huge problem. He's going to be a huge problem, man. He's going to be a huge problem. Then you got JR, and you got Shumpert, then you got Kyrie, and you got Delly, and even Richard Jefferson. You got Tristan Thompson protecting the paint. So it's going to be difficult for the Golden State Warriors, because even though the Golden State Warriors, they're a lot better than last year, But the Cleveland Cavaliers, they're a lot better than last year as well. They got better last year. This year. They got better this year. Because last year they played well, but this year the Cavaliers, they're even more better than last year. And just like the Warriors, they're even more better than last year. But the Cavaliers, I think they're really deep. They're really a deep squad. And yeah, people say the Warriors are a deep squad too, but at the end of the day, it's Steph is gonna only lead that team. And when I notice, like I said, when those two, him and Clay, when those two are not clicking, they can't get it going. But that's just my opinion. Though. Because Draymond Green, like I said, Draymond Green, he's going to get his teammates involved. He's going to get the ball moving. He's going to play some defense. He's going to pass here and there. But at the end of the day, Draymond Green is going to be Draymond Green. Because now he doesn't average 23, 24 points per game. Even though he has nights that he could have 20 points here and there. But he don't even average 20. He averages 10, 9, 11 points. One thing I like about Draymond Green, he can get his teammates involved. He can get the ball moving, and he shows his emotion. That's the one thing I like about Draymond Green. I won't say he's the best power forward in the NBA. I ain't say all that, but Draymond Green is a good player. I give him all my respect to that, man. He's really good. But I really think the Cleveland Cavaliers, they can outmatch this team. I really think they can outmatch the Golden State Warriors because they know their strategy. They know what they're capable of. They know what they're going to do. So, let's say Steve Kerr decided to go small. Cleveland, they're going to go small too. Because let's say they put Draymond Green as play the center point. They can put LeBron on him. They can put, I can't believe I'm saying this. They could put Kevin Love on him. They could put Tristan Thompson on him. They could put Channing Frye on him. Draymond Green is 6'7". They could put a lot of guys on Draymond Green. Like, if LeBron, if he has to play the fifth spot to go against Draymond Green, he will play the center point to go against Draymond Green. He will. Channing Frye, same thing with Kevin Love. LeBron, I think LeBron would be a good matchup for Draymond Green, though, honestly, just in my opinion, because, Draymond Green does have that, that all-round player just a little bit. And LeBron, he could get him in foul trouble. So, I can see that happen. I can see that matchup be really good. But most likely, he's going to go against Kevin Love. And, like I said, they know what they're gonna do. They know the strategy. They know how they play. They know the experience from last year's finals. And honestly, I think the Cleveland Cavaliers, they could have beat the Golden State Warriors if they had Kyrie and Love. I really think this would have gone to Game 7 if they was healthy. I really think they could beat them because everybody keeps forgetting that LeBron, he played his field goal was so ass last year, but it doesn't matter. Throughout that entire series, this man been averaging a lot of triple doubles. Every game he plays, he averaged triple doubles. Every game he plays, LeBron averaged at least 40 points per game. This was his best performance in the NBA Finals throughout his career. He actually won an ESPYs about that. He won an ESPYs about, had the best performance in the NBA Finals because this was his best performance. The man averaged 40 points in the finals, man. He averaged triple doubles every single game. It's crazy. So just imagine if you had Kyrie and Love with his side. Just imagine that, man. Just imagine that. So it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be a one hell of a matchup between the Cavaliers and the Warriors. And I'm looking for a good finals, man, because there's no excuses now. There's no excuses. Because now, if the Cavaliers, if they can't beat Golden State, then that shows that they can't beat Golden State. But if Cleveland managed to beat Golden State, and if Golden State can't beat Cleveland, that shows, I can't believe I'm saying this, that shows that they got lucky last year because we all know LeBron didn't struggle. It's not like LeBron didn't struggle in the finals last year because LeBron gave the Warriors hell last year. He took them to games. He took them to game 6. And this was LeBron by himself. And all you had was JR, Delly, Shumpert, Mozgov, Thompson. Those guys are great, but I think it was their first appearance going to the finals, so they know what it's like to be in the finals, and it was like they was unexperienced. But now this year, there's no excuses now. Kyrie's healthy, Kevin Love's healthy. The Cavaliers, they have a deeper squad. You got Richard Jefferson, you got Channing Frye, Mo Williams. You got them all. Right? This is the team that they need to beat. This is a team that Golden State needs to face. If Golden State lose to the Cleveland Cavaliers, that showed them they got lucky last year because the fact that Kyrie didn't play, Love didn't play, and LeBron gave y'all hell. And yeah, and LeBron couldn't stop the Golden State Warriors shooting. It's gonna look bad on their part, and it's definitely gonna look bad on Golden State because if they lose, this is gonna be their worst season because y'all went 73. Y'all won 73 games, so this is gonna look. It's gonna look bad. It's really gonna look bad. That's why I think everybody's gonna think the Cleveland Cavaliers, they're like the underdogs coming in this final. They're like the underdogs because the Warriors are like the defending champs. They won 73 games, so we're gonna expect a lot from Golden State. We're gonna expect a lot from that team. So it's gonna be epic, man. It's gonna be epic. Kyrie, Steph Curry, that's gonna be a good matchup. And I always thought before Steph got hot, I always thought that Steph and Kyrie was very similar to each other. I always thought those two were very similar because those guys, they could shoot, they could drive to the basket, they got some good dribbles, they have great ball handling skills. They got all of that. But eventually, Curry got better and Kyrie got better. But Steph took it on a whole nother level and won the MVP last year. And now he's back-to-back MVP this year. So I think that Stephen Curry and Klay. Oh, I'm sorry, I was about to say Klay Thompson, Kyrie Irving, the matchup. I think Kyrie Irving and Steph Curry. This is gonna be a good matchup this year. This is gonna be a great matchup. Like I said, with J.R. Smith, Klay Thompson, I expect J.R. to go off. I expect him to get some competition between Klay Thompson. So I'm looking forward for that matchup. LeBron, Harrison Barnes, Andre Iguodala. It's not like those two are gonna shut down LeBron. He's a great defender. He ain't Kawhi Leonard. He ain't Jimmy Butler, but he's a great defender. But I think LeBron James is gonna play well. My only concern is Kevin Love. Kevin Love is my concern right now because Kevin Love, if I don't know. There's something about Kevin Love. He have his on off switch. He might play good and then he might play bad. I don't know about Kevin Love, but I just praying that Kevin Love shows up in the finals because I know everybody's gonna show up to the finals. Kevin Love has to play at his best. This is the only way. The only way the Cleveland Cavaliers can win. LeBron, Kyrie, and Love. The big three have to play at the best. That everybody else got to pick up. They could beat Golden State Warriors. That's why I'm saying the Cleveland Cavaliers, if not 6, I'll say 5. Because I'm kind of confident for my team. I do support LeBron James, and I think I'm going for the Cavaliers. If not 6, 5. Well, most likely, if not 5, I would say 6. Because I really think Cleveland, I think they have something to prove. I think they want a rematch. I think this is their time that they need to beat the Golden State Warriors. So, like I said, I'm going with the Cleveland Cavaliers most likely because I'm a huge LeBron fan. I really think that Cleveland, they could beat Golden State. They got outmatched Golden State. They just got to play smart. You have to really get on Steph Curry and Klay Thompson's skin. You have to get in their skin. I don't know how they're going to do it, but they have to try at least something. And I really think LeBron James will win a championship. I pray that he will win a championship. Because I think, no, I know they could beat this team. I know they could beat Golden State. I know, like I said, leave your comments, man, because I'll be so happy if Cleveland does beat Golden State, man, because LeBron deserves so much. LeBron deserves so much. A lot of credit. Him, Kyrie, and Love. But like I said, the only way the Cleveland Cavaliers to win, the big three has to show up. And then I know LeBron's going to show up and Kyrie's going to show up. My concern is Kevin Love. Kevin Love has to play at his best. And then everybody got to pick up. JR, Channing Frye. I know Channing Frye's going to pick up. Matthew Dellavedova, Mo Williams, Richard Jefferson, Shumpert, all those guys. They got to pick up. To his name, Tristan Thompson. Those guys got to pick up. And I see this team beating Golden State Warriors. So if not 5, I'll say 6. But like I said, this is